With the upcoming second season of Hulu's hit show The Bear dropping soon, I thought it would be fun to take a look at the stellar first season and revisit what made it so special. The focus of this video was tough for me because there's a lot of really great themes in the show to unpack, but I wanted to mainly examine how cooking is used to emphasize family in the series and how they both complement each other extremely well. Not to be the generic video essay guy, but if you look up the definition of recipe, the definition reads as a set of instructions for making something from various ingredients. And when I thought about what the show focuses on, as much as it is about cooking, it's also a lot about family. One of my favorite video essays I've done on my channel is the Fear of Family video I did on Ari Aster's film Hereditary, one of my personal favorite horror films in recent memory. I will leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to check that out. But the focus of that video was how the most terrifying part of the film for me was not the cult or supernatural elements, but how the concept of family was flipped on its head. Whereas family is inherently supposed to make us feel safe, but how in the film Hereditary it uses this to its advantage by making our characters' biggest fear their own family. And I find this fascinating and relevant because the opposite is done in Hulu's The Bear. The story is set in Chicago and follows a small failing restaurant known for sandwiches called The Beef. The show is about Carmine, or Carmy as he's referred to in the show frequently, played by Jeremy Allen White, who, side note, gives an unbelievably fantastic performance in every single episode. Carmine is a revered chef who's worked in some of the best kitchens in the world, but now is taking over the family restaurant after his brother sadly committed suicide. Carmine throughout the show is taking his brother's death extremely hard, as anyone would, frequently suffering panic attacks and hallucinations, which I could make a whole video dedicated to how this show visualizes grief. However, I find the implementation of food and cooking and its focus on family in the show to be the real hook. As throughout the first season, we see the different personalities of the small restaurant fight and then slowly grow together into a tight-knit family. Much like a dish is prepared with different ingredients, separately they may work fine on their own. I like lemon, I like pepper, and I like chicken. But if you combine them together, you get a delicious lemon pepper chicken. My simple analogy aside, Carmine in one of the episodes talks about a dish that's made with plum but for different variations of plum, and how each variation enhances and combines together to make the dish come alive. And in the finale of the first season, episode after episode of things just getting more hectic and frankly getting a lot worse, our little family of characters, Carmine, his asshole cousin Richie, protege and stubborn-headed Sydney, Marcus, Ibrahim, Tina, and many others finally get a stroke of luck, finding money in spaghetti sauce after Carmine finally reads the suicide note his brother left him, which bluntly states, "Love you, dude, let it rip," and then a recipe for spaghetti on the back which mentions to use smaller cans of tomatoes because they taste better. However, when Carmine opens one of the cans, he finds rolls of money. At the end of the episode in the season 1 finale, after 8 episodes of fucks and fuck yous and fights and screaming matches and silverware and plates being smashed and thrown, like a perfect recipe, all the ingredients, all our little restaurant members of this stubborn-ass sandwich shop come together in the end. The recipe, like a family, needs all the components to come together, to work together in tandem, even if it's not perfect 100% of the time. And at the end of the day, family, not just blood relatives, but your best friends, your significant others, your kids, your coworkers you go out with once a week, the people that you used to know and you only see once a year, that's all that really matters. And like The Bear showed us, as hard as times can get, as dark as the world can get, there's always going to be a light, and as long as we persevere through the darkness, we'll make it through to the other side. The Bear ultimately reminds us through cooking and through family that trying to do something alone and putting something by itself is fine, but it's never as satisfying as when you do it with others. Well guys, thank you for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to click that like button. If you want to hear more from me, hit that subscribe button. If I hit 10k subs by the end of the year, I have been growing my hair out for over 2 years now. and I'm going to completely cut it all off if I hit 10,000 subs. So if you guys want to see that, then, you know, keep subbing. But if you just like the content, you can also sub. But either way, guys, thanks again for watching the video. Also, click the little bell notification button so you get notified when I do post new content, because I do not have a regular upload schedule as of right now. Maybe in the future, but as of right now, I do not. So if you want to get notified when I post new stuff, just, you know, click that little bell button. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next video.